Cameras ready?
Yes, sir. That's what I call get my shit out before you take, nigga.
All right, real quick, YouTube, we back with another one. Today, I got a very, very special guest. This person I've known for some years now, developed a relationship with. Super cool cat, super producer extraordinaire, a super-ish talker, talks with the best of them. Controversial, he don't avoid controversy, controversy embracer. I think I like that.
Yeah.
Well known in the city, and a lot of other things that we're going to get into that we're going to touch that I don't want to spoil. I want to welcome Motizzy to the channel.
My man.
Thank you for joining me. I really appreciate it, taking time out your busy schedule to come sit down with your boy.
Had to.
And just have a conversation, you know. My channel is directed towards young men, trying to help them find a way in every area of life. And I feel like you somebody that can assist in what I'm trying to do. You know, I like bringing on like-minded individuals, people that kind of think how I think, kind of move how I move, you know?
Yeah.
And the goal is to help, you know, if we can help one person, you know what I'm saying, get through whatever they're going through, then kind of doing our job as older cats. So we can get right into it by just telling the people who you are, what you do.
All right, well, Motizzy, producer, Detroit, West Side, 7 Mile, Ferguson, to be exact.
7 Mile, Better Mile.
Yeah.
For those, if you out the city, if you out of Detroit, what is 7 Mile to the city?
It's what I do when I break down 7 Mile. It's like Harlem.
Okay, that's fire. That's a fire comparison.
You know what I'm saying? Hustlers, fashion, capital, damn near. Just very flamboyant, loud, outspoken. You know what I mean?
Is this all a 7 Mile? You know, if those is outside the city, 7 Mile goes from west to east. Is West 7 Mile the same as East 7 Mile?
No. When it come to hustling, it's the same.
Yeah, okay.
When it come to East and West Side, I really don't differentiate too much. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Detroit is Detroit.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've grown up differently to an aspect of, you know, the people we grew up around, the element we was around,
Exactly.
you know, of course, but Detroit is Detroit.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But no, East and West 7 Mile is not the same, but the hustle is extensive.
Okay.
From East to West.
East West. That's a fact. I didn't mean to cut you off. So,
You good.
Producer, grew up 7 Mile Ferguson. What else are you into, man?
I'm getting into my DJ bag.
Okay.
My little brother that I do my main podcast with, shout out to Hall of Fame Ja, my podcast too. Direct videos, whatever I can get my hands on creatively, you know, for the art, I'm willing to do, you know. I normally stayed in my production bag. I didn't really venture out until I got with somebody that was younger that just lit the flame. And he was like, come on, bro, try this. So I'm pretty much anything I can get my hands on. Yeah.
Dope. How much younger is he than you?
He 8 years younger.
8 years younger.
Yeah.
That's really fire. So you can learn from a cat that's that much younger than you. They can spark some inspiration and get you to do some stuff you might not been wanting to do from a young cat.
Yeah, because, you know, we get older, stuck in your ways. You hang around people that's maybe your age or older. They stuck in their ways too. So there's nobody really jogging you, getting you to jog. You know, everybody cool with just walking a steady pace. So with him being so much younger than me and still having that youth, just lit the flame. You're like, come on, bro. It's another form of excitement. You know, I get to try something that I never done before. You know, DJing, of course, I always wanted to DJ, but shooting videos, recording niggas in the studio, I ain't had that in my mind to do. So yeah, and I feel like you can learn something from anybody. That's the thing about older, especially, I don't know about, you know, other races, but older black men tend to, you know, that power, we not used to power. And once we establish it, we want to hold on to it, but not understanding that a lot of times you do need somebody else to, help you. You can't do it all yourself.
Right.
And no matter how old they are, they have if they're younger than you, they got the knowledge. We just have the patience to help them with the patience.
That's dope. You said something that I think a lot of young cats and anyone can learn from for real, but something I would like to give to the youth is that you can learn from anyone. Don't get in your own way and don't be so closed-minded.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To where you're not listening to somebody that's trying to help you or that can help you, that can elevate you to another level. You know, like you said, you listening to a cat that's 8 years younger than you. So I see that a lot. A lot of young cats, they might be so stuck in their ways. They think they know. You know what I'm saying? You ain't even been around the sun too many times, and you're not willing to listen.
Yeah.
Like, what would you speak on to cats that may be like that, not willing to listen, getting in their own way?
Basically telling them, like, yeah, you smart. You are smart. Y'all learning at a faster pace than somebody older than you was learning at, right? But they have the experience. They lived. They done been there and done that. So with being there and doing that, you gotta, of course, gain some patience, some wisdom, and that's where the two supposed to meet. Yeah, you're more advanced as far as your intake of knowledge and your willingness to want to learn, but you don't have the patience. Old and young, patience, the knowledge, boom, that's where it's supposed to meet up.
It's a beautiful harmony.
Yeah, you know, be willing to accept the wisdom. Wisdom and knowledge is two different things.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So be willing to accept the wisdom, because you combine wisdom and knowledge, you got a wonderful thing. So
That's dope. I want to get into, you said you're a producer. Who have you produced for that people may know and even may not know? Who have you produced for?
T Villa, Hunter Andretti, Mac Nichols, Street Lord G-Rock, Cash Out, Calhoun, my dog King Gotti. Started out with them, taking it serious rather. My homies from the hood, 326 Fan Block. That stand for Ferguson, Asbury Park, Murray Hill.
Oh, okay.
Well, I got the track with T Villa and Fabo, so I would assume Fabo counts.
Can we speak on Fabo, man? Did you listen to Fabo back when he was, what was it, tatted up? And
Yeah.
did you listen to Fabo then?
Yeah.
I mean, how could you avoid him for real?
You
at
really,
that time?
for one, once
He was
D4L.
on Geeked Up, right?
Yeah, the Geeked Up remix with Jeezy.
Yeah.
And that bitch will still set a party off right now.
Especially in Detroit. Why do we rock with that record so much here, man?
Cause Jeezy talked that Detroit talk.
That's fact.
He talked that Detroit talk. I feel like Jeezy gets a lot of his lingo and mannerisms from here. I don't look at him and see Atlanta.
Exactly.
I don't. I see Detroit when I see Jeezy. You know what I'm saying? So I believe he came on that bitch talking how we talk. Like, Detroit is like super violent. First of all, you know what I'm saying? Like, we arrogant and violent.
Yeah. We can't, it's not even like an argument. It's not even a debate.
Yeah, like,
We violent. Okay, let's segue. Detroit is super violent, right? How old are you right now?
36.
You're 36 in a super violent city.
Yeah.
How have you made it to 36? That's not something that,
Yeah.
a lot of cats can say.
I never attached myself to being a super tough guy. I didn't see myself being a part of the, calling myself a street nigga. My older brother, thankfully, he was outside, but he painted the picture of better things in life to me, young. You know what I'm saying? And I kind of met myself in the middle, rather than being flamboyant and kind of flashy like he was. I'm like, I'm cool with getting there, but not being so flashy. So I just stayed out the way.
Being flashy, what's wrong? Is it anything wrong with being flashy?
No, but yes, because of, our people are envious, are extremely envious. A lot of times the ego doesn't allow you to be motivated by somebody accomplishing greatness. The ego makes you intimidated, and with intimidation and you seeing other people flock to it, in a sense it pissed people off. So remember when Ho said niggas don't want no money, they just want to kill you for the fame. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I don't even give a fuck about robbing you, I just want to get you out the way.
Get you out the way.
And so that's the only problem with being flashy.
It's going to attract a certain type of attention. It's going to attract, if you being flashy, let's just be honest, we doing it for the attention, we doing it for the women.
Yeah.
but it's a flip side to that.
Yeah,
it's a con. It's a con. You are going to attract, like you said, the robbers, the killers, the ones that's jealous and envious just because they ain't got it. They just want to get you out the way, and now they feel good about themselves because they don't got to see that no more.
Yeah, and they not even trying to even do shit to get in a better position. They just good with, I got this nigga out the way.
That's wild. That's wild. And we see that, especially here in our city, we see that way too often. You spoke on having an older brother. How many siblings you got?
I got 3. Well, I got 2 blood, but my oldest brother got 2 brothers with his mom. I just call them my brothers.
You the youngest?
Yeah, I'm the baby.
Okay, so having some older brothers, I got a 2-part question. What are some things you learned from your older brothers just by watching them, seeing the mistakes that they made, seeing the moves that they made that you just picked up on your own? And then also, what are some things that they actually told you, some game that they actually gave you that stuck with you?
Well, being that, you know my brother Kareem. So we grew up in the house together more so. And I just watched him in a lot of shit. My oldest brother.
Can you speak on the shit you watched him in? I mean, a little snippet.
Just, being intrigued by the life. He was intrigued by the life, and with being intrigued by the life, you go try a lot of shit. And, when you young, he was doing it young, like 12, 13, 14.
Sheesh.
You getting into a lot of shit. My mom is still young at the time, so she still got the energy to whoop you, per se.
Dude.
And, kind of cutting to you. You feel me? I watched a lot of his mistakes. I'm like, nah, I ain't fucking with that.
What's one standout thing you can say you seen him do? Like, I'm not doing that.
Damn, I'm trying to pinpoint one. Kind of being in the wrong place at the wrong time. You may not be involved with the action per se, but you there, and then you get locked up with these guys, but nobody's there to help you. They got help, but nobody's there to help, and that just made me not want to be involved with that type. I'm not going to hell for nobody else but me.
Facts. So
that's what I put in my mind. Like, I'd rather stay out of the way, mind my business. Not, you could go and do it. Y'all niggas can go and tag team and do that shit, but I'm straight. So yeah, it just made me want to avoid other people's shit, basically.
Okay, that's one of the things I like to tell cats. Like, learn from our mistakes. If I done made this mistake and I'm telling you this how it's gonna go, bro.
Yeah.
Learn from our mistakes. I get it. Experience is the best teacher, but I also feel like sometimes as older cats we don't do the best job at grabbing a young dude to the side like, yo, you need to chill. Yeah. That ain't about to work out how you think it's gonna work out. You know what I'm saying?
I think with that's where we like patience.
Yeah.
I think the older, the even before, maybe they probably be like damn near 60 now. I think they had more of the, what you doing, little nigga? Right. They cut into us.
Right.
Rather than, we kind of wanted to live. Like, all right, I told you. Let you go on and fuck up.
Yeah.
That's our persona. Like, I ain't about to tell you too many times.
Exactly.
Because it's going to happen, nigga.
Exactly.
Like, it ain't no avoiding. You go fall flat on your face. So it's like, that's where we lack the patience. We don't have the patience to put a nigga in a chokehold to help him. Yeah. Rather than the previous generations. We just had a different respect, moral compass. Like, it's different. Like, we went by respect and knew better. Exactly. I think with this, people younger than us, they don't really live by respect. It's not a code no more.
It's not. It's the wild, wild west, man. Yeah. People they feel like they have freedom to do whatever. They ain't got to listen to nobody. It's definitely crazy now. You know? And we do have to have some more patience with these cats, because a lot of them don't have older brothers like you said you have. They don't have fathers. They don't have uncles. A lot of these cats is literally learning on their own day by day, and you know how that's gonna turn out if you ain't got no type of guidance. Okay, so what's something that brothers actually told you that you stuck with? Like, don't do that. I did that already. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? What's some game that they gave you?
From my oldest brother Lee, one of the best pieces of advice he gave me was to shut the fuck up and listen.
In what aspect?
Like, he really didn't give a specific. He just was like, be willing to listen, because you never know the game you go get. And with Reem, he just was like, your appearance, you know, your first impression is really your last impression. Yeah, you articulate, you handle yourself well, but you know, you gotta look a certain way. You know, be clean, clip your fingernails, get your hair cut, shit like that.
That's fire.
You know what I'm saying? Just being well groomed. That's just like one of the best two things that I can think offhand.
And those are two really good pieces of game to live by.
Yeah.
For real. And I do know Reem, man. He is that type. You know,
Yeah.
he's presentable when he step out.
Yeah.
How important is that to you, being presentable when you leave the house out in the world, especially in your field of work?
It's very critical because I had to learn to do it in my own way, you know, because it's a uniform in Detroit.
Facts.
Buffs, chains, whatever the hottest clothing line is, I had to figure out how to do it in my own way. And I wanted to, my mom's always be different, you know. You was born by yourself. You're an individual. Stick to that. You don't have to customize yourself to fuck with anybody, and if you do, they're not the right people to be around.
Facts.
So I just wanted to figure out how to do it in my own way to where I don't look like everybody else and I stand out. Like when they see me, they're like, oh, that's Motizzy. Or just me, my personality. Like everybody that knows me, that's been around me, they're like, he cool, he don't bother nobody, woo. So that's just my physical appearance, and then me as a person. That's how I figured it out. I ain't gotta wear a chain with my name on it.
Exactly.
I ain't gotta wear a costume. I step into the room, my head up, you feel me? I am who I am. And that's how I made it make sense.
Dope. How did you develop the skill to roast niggas?
Oh man.
Where did that come from?
This goes back to Ferguson. Shout out Gary T. I gotta look into the camera. Gary T. He was he's a few years older than my brother. He crossed the street. You know, I've been on Ferguson literally my whole life. Like literally my whole life. He was one of them niggas that held no punches. Like the lowest moments, you come outside, you see him. If he don't love you, he ain't gonna flame you.
Right.
But I learned it from him. Like,
Did you go back and forth with him? Or was it just more so him cooking everybody and you just taking bits and pieces of how he do it?
Both. I tried, but I'm like, I can't fuck with this nigga.
Is he one of them ones?
Yeah.
Like, he get you up out? Is it any moment that you remember, any specific moment where you cooking somebody, any standout joke, standout roast moment? I know it's the one. We all got the moments that stand out with somebody getting cooked.
Man, nah, I could tell you what. Me and a couple of my niggas was on my homeboy porch waiting on him to come outside. He come outside randomly, decides to see us and just get to flaming us. He told my homeboy, like, you look like you brush your teeth with hammers. And then the nigga told
Oh my God, that's funny.
And then he told my mans, like, he had on the Tommy Hilfiger shirt. He said, oh, you got on some Tommy Hilfiger, huh? We know where you got that from. Saying it wasn't real. He called
hilarious.
it Tommy Killfigure or something like that.
Hilarious.
And then he called me, he like, jail bar head. He said my head could fit through some jail bars.
Oh!
Yeah.
Jail bar head, funny. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Dog, that's funny.
Yeah.
Wait, so you had a small head when you was a kid then?
Nah, my face is narrow, my head is skinny. So it's like my head long and skinny, pause. So
Oh my God.
they used to call me hot dog back in the day because my head was long.
Yeah.
So they used to call me hot dog. Back
Jail bar head.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh my God, dog. That's funny.
So
Did that build character in you? Cause that can go either way, man. I done seen it.
Yeah.
Somebody getting cooked and they don't
it ruins you.
recover from it. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, and you know, again, I've been knowing him my whole life, so dealing with that my whole life is like gave me a bulletproof vest. Like I can meet anybody, everybody got jokes. It don't bother me because I'm used to it.
Right. So what would you tell somebody who might have not had what's his name?
Gary T.
Gary T. They might not have had a Gary T to help them develop tough skin when they're younger. So now that they're older, they don't have that. So somebody talking about them, hating on them, whatever the case may be, it's affecting them. How would you tell them to handle that, handle them emotions, and handle whoever it is hating on them, talking about them?
You gotta know who you are. You gotta have confidence in who you are. Whomever you are, you just gotta really have confidence in who you are. Nobody's perfect, so you can't walk around this bitch like you perfect, like you untouchable, like you Teflon. Everybody ain't gonna like you. Everybody's gonna see something wrong with you. Know your flaws and live them bitches. And just
I can't stop thinking about the hammer joke and the brushing your teeth and hammers and jail bar head is crazy.
Man, listen.
Damn, that's funny, dog.
Yeah, but it's just like you gotta know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And niggas like that, they coming from a place of love. They're not trying to hurt your feelings.
No.
You know what I'm saying? But some niggas, like I said, if you ain't never experienced that, it can hurt your feelings.
Yeah, because
you know?
we live in an era of perfection too.
Exactly.
You know, people on social media create a persona that's perfect.
Right.
Is nobody really living the truth. And in our era, we grew up, nigga, we had to deal with people. You know, like this, we had to literally physically interact with people. So it was just like one of them moments you can't avoid it.
Right.
Like if we in the hood, he coming from anywhere and he loud. So he could be right here with us. Niggas can hear him all the way at the corner. You know what I'm saying? He was one of them people, just a very big personality. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate, he gave me a lot of game too. You know what I'm saying? Even though he'll roast the fuck out you, he dropped a lot of gems on me too, so.
Is he still around? You still in contact with him?
Yeah, I was just with him yesterday. Rest in peace, Marcia. His mom passed. We went to her funeral, and you know, they did the repast at the house. Yeah, but you know, the reason why I settled down with one woman, you know, was because of, you know, his parents. You know what I mean? That was a large impact on me. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I just want one woman.
I wasn't going to speak on that avenue, but since we're here, you are, like you said, you've seen how his parents were, and that inspired you to be like, yo, I want to go that route.
Yeah.
I know you married. I know you fully faithful and committed now.
Yeah.
Previously, was this always your viewpoint?
Yeah.
Okay, dope. Okay, and so what would you say? Because you know these are two opposite ends of the spectrum when it comes to men. You know, you got these over here and you got these over here.
Yeah.
What pros to being with one chick? What are the pros that you would tell a guy like, I don't know, somebody that I may know?
Yeah.
What could you tell them some of the pros are, you know, to being with one woman?
Somebody you can depend on. Somebody, if you in need, call them. Johnny on the spot. Somebody that's there that knows you already, that can tell you ahead of time, you slipping, you fucking up, you need to fix this. Or just a pure helpmate, you know what I mean? It's really somebody that compliments you. Because that's the point of a man and a woman's relationship, is complementary. We live in a time where women and men are competing, and women are competing with men to be more masculine. And it's because it's a lot of weakness in men, you know what I'm saying? So the fact that I have someone that compliments me is just a plus.
That's fire. Yeah, I say that all the time. Men have to stop blaming women for how they are.
Yeah.
And look in the mirror. You know, we play a major role in how they are operating right now.
But I'm going to say this. I'm going to say it's because a lot of times they do come from the single parent household. And it's because they're being raised by a woman. And what we see from a lot of women, they raise their sons to be the man that they think is a man. Sometimes it's the type of man they want to date, or the stereotype of a man. Whatever that is, they raise their sons to be the man that they like, the idealism of what they have as a man. Like whatever they view as a man is, they raise their sons to be
what
that.
they think that is.
And you shouldn't do that. You really shouldn't do that.
And you would never know what it's like to be a man if you're not a man.
Right. Just like we don't know how to be a woman.
Facts.
Only thing a man really can do with a woman, their daughter, is to give them the game, but show them that this is how a man is supposed to love you. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's important. It's important.
That's facts. And, you know, like you said, a lot of them are raising children with no man in the house. That, like I said, it still falls back on men, because why you not there taking care of your seed, you know? Like, I know it's a lot of that crazy, and I don't want to get into that, but a lot of fellas need to look in the mirror. I see it a lot. They blaming women for how they acting and all that. It's like,
it's because they probably thinking about their mom.
Damn.
They're probably thinking about their mom, and then, you know, women they kind of like the street, fast money, tough guy. It's like looking at a nigga on TV, idolizing a nigga on TV, and then wanting a nigga to be that. Like, this is scripted.
Exactly.
This ain't GTA.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if I do this, nigga, I can get killed or go to jail.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of women that champion that lifestyle, rather than a nigga that got a 9 to 5, a man that done went to work, came home, he tired, but he done worked hard, go to school, go to college. You know, do things the right way. Went after his dream or whatever that is to take care of him for the rest of his life. You know, they don't champion it. It's just the stereotype that they champion.
Facts. You did a solid job of convincing the other side, you know, that may not be too like, you know, I'm trying to go that route, trying to get married, etc. You did a good job of convincing me that there are some pros. My counter would be, you could be a rare case to where you found that at a younger age. Do you understand that what you have is rare? Or do you say like, no man, you could get this too. Y'all all could get what I got. This is doable.
I do understand my situation is rare, and I do understand that we living in a horrible time. Women and men are horrible. I have not, like, the shit that I hear from people, I'd be like, what the fuck? Like, are you fucking serious?
It's crazy.
But it's mainly because, and you know, me and my little brother did this podcast, you know, everything is transactional. If a man asks for some pussy, woman go ask for some money. But if you lead with ass and titties, what you think I'm gonna come at you with?
Think I won't.
If you lead with money, what you think she gonna come after you for?
Fact.
It's just what you put out there. My cousin Tiffany told me positive light attracts other positive lights. And that's just bottom line. If I'm coming to you as myself, if I'm putting me as me out there, I'm not gonna attract the people that's the same as me, but I'm gonna attract like-minded people.
And you're not setting yourself up for failure, because you know if they there for you, and if they leave, they wasn't for you in the first place.
So, you know, getting with my old lady, I call her my old lady. You know, getting with my old lady young, it saved me. I ain't got no baby mama. I ain't got no wild stories. You feel me? Yeah, I did my thing, but when I got with her, I locked in. We had a lot of hiccups. You know what I'm saying? We grew up together pretty much.
So young cats, if you come across a chick that you feel like you can lock in with, she a solid one, don't ruin that relationship. Don't do her dirty. Lock in with her, because as he said, it is rare, and
it's fun.
You don't want to look back like, damn, I still ain't found Keisha from back in the day. Like, I still ain't came across that again.
And the baby father, baby mother thing is not bad if, you know, the co-parent situation is good, but we don't see that a lot.
Right.
Because for me, if I had a child out here with a woman, I would want my child to see me treating their mother appropriately. You know, just to still give him that picture, or her that picture of, yeah, we may not be together, but we can still coexist. I would want to at least paint that picture. And you still have to play your part in raising my child. So I wouldn't want you to live in mayhem mentally. You know what I'm saying? And the woman should want that for the man too. You know what I'm saying? We still got to raise our offspring. So I wouldn't want to have you living in chaos. However I can help you, I'm going to help you. And we don't see that a lot. So
that's a dope.
So it's not.
Way to look at it.
It's still not bad, because life is life. You know what I'm saying? We may have produced an offspring, but it doesn't mean that we were supposed to stay together either. We were putting each other's life for a lesson, as well as to bring, you know, a blessing into the world. So
what would 36-year-old Tizzy tell 16-year-old, if you could give yourself one piece of game to live by, one piece of solid advice, take this with you. Didn't nobody tell me this at 16, so I'm telling my younger self.
Yeah, be more proactive. The gift of producing, making music, I was making music then. I was just scared to present it. So be fearless. Fear is a demon. You know what I'm saying? Don't allow it to take over you, because it comes in the form of an ego again, because you don't want to get denied. You could be good, but your ego will keep you from living out what you really want to put out to the world. So don't live in fear.
Let's go. Fear is actually not real.
No, it's not.
Fear is
Illusion.
something you're creating in your mind that's preventing you to do whatever it is you're thinking about doing. It doesn't exist. Whatever it is you're thinking about, the danger is real.
Yeah.
Fear is, something you creating in your own mind. So that's really dope. Be fearless. And do you think if you would have had that advice at 16, they would have propelled you to newer levels and higher heights sooner and earlier?
Definitely, because, with me living in fear, it put me in a place of complacency. Like, I was complacent. I was 16, I just wanted to fuck some hoes and smoke weed. So, yeah, I'm producing, but it was to the perception of an escape, a reality. I was kind of escaping reality, making music. And I enjoyed it, and I was good, but it was just like an escape, so I really didn't care too much about it. It was like smoking weed. Like, it was something to put off reality, you know what I mean? But I also was living in fear, so I never presented it to nobody.
Take that with you, man. Don't live in fear. Don't let fear hold you back and stop you from whatever it is you're thinking about doing. Where can people find you? Where can people tap in with your music, follow you, all that good stuff?
Motizzy __ Instagram. What up Mo _ Twitter. And Motizzy Facebook.
You have anything that you would like to leave with a young cat that may be watching this, maybe going through some of the stuff you went through? Is there anything you would like to leave to the people?
Just, my main thing is just live. We are accustomed to surviving. Everything that we do is about surviving. Live, because that's the hardest thing to accomplish is life in general. You seeing a lot of young people, their life getting cut short young. So live, be fearless, and allow yourself to be guided. Yeah, you can know it all, but you don't know your way. You can know how to do some shit, but you still don't know how to get there. So be receptive to the guidance that you're gonna get along the way, because you're gonna need it. Just remember, knowledge and wisdom are two different things.
Fire. I'd like to thank you for coming out so much, taking time out of your schedule. I really do appreciate it.
No doubt.
Stopping by, dropping some game. Hopefully we can help inspire somebody, help get somebody up out of a situation that they in. So yeah, I appreciate it. To those that's watching, I got more content on the way. Like, subscribe, follow him, follow me. Share this video if anything helped you or may help anyone that you might know. Share it to someone else, leave a comment and all that good stuff. And I got more on the way, man. Peace.
Peace.